Hey everybody, welcome to your astronomy lab course here at Randolph College. So I thought I'd give you a little intro video. I'm your professor, Katrin Schenk, and we run our classes through Moodle. You may or may not be familiar with that, but you need to be able to get onto Moodle. So you use your Randolph College credentials, your username and password for the same as for your Randolph College email. So if you do not know how to get into that, you are probably receiving this through your Randolph College email. Yeah, well, I hope that you can see this video. Anyway, so let's get started in the class. And if you can't figure out, if you do know how to get into your Randolph College email, but you can't figure out how to get onto this course site, please call the help desk at 947 8000. That's area code 434-947-8000, and ask for the IT help desk and they'll help you get onto Moodle. Okay, well, let's take a look at the course. So first thing you'll see here is a syllabus, but then you also have a calendar that I would recommend that you print out and look at it because it tells you all the deadlines. So we do have deadlines. You can do the labs at your own pace, but you need to make sure that they're done at certain times of the class. So for instance, you can see here the class starts on the 20th. The little things in green are not when those are due. So lab 1 is called Mathematics of the Cosmos, and it is not due here, but it's a suggested day for you to get started. So anything we see in green is a suggested day for you to get started, okay? You don't have to start then, but this is a suggestion. But there is something due here, which is the pre-lab for lab 2. And you can see why we suggest you do lab 1 around this time here so that you're ready to go on to lab 2, right? Okay, but lab 1 is actually not due until here. And so you'll see what we mean by formal and informal labs as we go through. Informal labs are usually just quizzes, okay? But formal labs require you to, usually it's a worksheet of some kind and you'll upload that to Moodle for grading. Okay. So that's the schedule. There are no tests. There is something you really should be aware of right away, though, and that is the Moon project. If you see here, a suggested day to get started, it's not due till all the way at the end of the class. But if you don't get started here, you will definitely not be able to finish it. It's not that it's a lot of work, but it takes you going out and observing the moon every day, starting on the 30th of May until the end of our class. So if you're like, well, you didn't get to it till, 3 days before the end, you will not be able to do it correctly. So be aware of that. All right, well, let's take a look at the structure. So first of all, there's my contact information. You can call my cell or text me. Be aware that if you try to do that after 9, I won't get back to you until the next day, most likely. Okay, now every lab has the same structure. So it'll say lab 1, it'll tell you kind of a lecture to review, and then there's activities for you to do. So in this case, there's a couple activities, and then there's a couple of quizzes. Not all of them look that way, so the labs might look quite different from lab to lab. So for instance, here's lab 2. There's a manual, there's a pre-activity, and then the manual is actually a worksheet you would fill out, okay? So you would turn that in here. And there's always a question forum, and that's really for you guys to interact with each other. If you have questions for me, you really should text or email me those questions. I don't monitor the questions forum because it's really for students to interact with each other. All right, now here is that Moon project. Okay, there's a video in here that tells you exactly what to do. But you really do have to get started on that. It's not due until the end, but get started. And then every lab is slightly different in what you have to do, etc. And you will be getting a lab kit for this class. Now, you don't need that lab kit until, let me remember, I believe we don't need that lab kit until here on lab 6. So I will be sending you a survey to get your addresses to send you the stuff that you need, okay? So make sure that you fill out that survey when it gets to you. I'll be sending it through a Moodle announcement when it's time. Okay, well, I hope that you have fun in this class, and make sure to contact me if you have any issues, and we'll see you in class. virtually, of course.